Good morning, my people. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm making big size, jumbo size knotless on my client. So just watch me do that. Her hair is heavenly. Her hair is beautiful. So I'm using this expression. This is what I always use. Expression. This is pre-stretched, very long. I think 72 inches. 1B. She got 3 packs, and also this curly hair. She got everything. So this is what I'm using on her hair. So I just brought the curly hair out to show you guys the pattern. This is how it looks. I'll go ahead to disinfect my comb and then show you guys my styling gel, my braiding gel. This is it, got from DM, and this is the cream for braids, like just for my hands and for the extension. This is how the styling gel looks, the braiding gel looks inside. Just go ahead and make that video a little bit faster to save time, because parting such a long hair, and she has afro, but she just like blow dried it out. It takes time. Just watch me do the parting. I applied a small of my little bit of styling gel, braiding gel, and I went ahead to make sure the lines are good. And while parting, I put the nape hair, that's her neck hair, into consideration, because I have to be able to braid them with the first line or the first row, you see, because my customers have never suggested shaving their hair to me, and I don't suggest it to them, but I don't like it, so except they come and suggest it themselves. So I just make sure I pack the hair to avoid the flying hair or avoid them distracting or coming into the braid I'm making. I just go ahead and braid that. I've made a tutorial on how to make knotless braid. You can go back and check, go to my page or my profile to check it and see how I make knotless. But still, I'm still making a slower video here to make sure you guys see it still. I always like, just show you something from like previously on how to make knotless braid. So my customer wanted coils at the end, so I'm just going ahead to tie the end to allow me to make my coils myself. I like make a loop and then pass the hair through the loop, you see, like that. Make a loop, pass it through like several loops. I do like 3, 4, or 5 times depending on how thick the hair is, and make sure you do this with a really tiny extension. Okay, just do that and then go to the next braid. So this is the previously or throwback or short tutorial on how to make knotless braid. I just comb that out and then I go ahead to tin the hair like this, start a braid. Do it in, just once like this. I did it just once because the hair at the bottom, this hair here, this braid I'm making, the hair is really thin because it's the back of her hair, it's really thin, so I just like don't do that too often. But if the hair is a little bit thicker, you see a video later, I just make sure to like braid once, twice, thrice before adding the extensions. And make sure you start with a little amount of extensions to avoid this chunky, it looks like not braid, like classic braid, just do that. Go ahead, please. You can check my video on how to make knotless braid if you still don't get it with this video. I made a really detailed tutorial on that, but still towards the end of this video I'm going to make a short tutorial still on how to make knotless braid. You guys have to pardon my voice. My nose is blocked, so I'm breathing with my mouth, and at the same time I'm speaking with my mouth too. So please pardon my voice. Actually, my customer, like I said before, she's making jumbo knotless braid, but because of the nape hair and the thinness of her hair at the bottom, the first line, I made it a little bit smaller so that the hair lasts longer. And you guys know I don't use too much product on my hair. I will make sure to use as little product as possible to avoid this whitish stuff later. So that's what I'm just doing. See, I didn't like perm the hair or her natural hair with so much of a braiding gel. Actually, the braiding gel is quite thin, it's not so thick. So yes, that's why you see it here. So it won't look like a regular perm, I don't know, because I just have a weird feeling about that. So you could do that if you want, but I just use a really thin amount of extension because too much of products isn't good for your hair, you know. Just braid that out and go ahead to do the rest. And while braiding, I make sure to keep the same size of braid. So I always make sure to start with those extensions, and you see the first line, the braid in the first line isn't so thick. So to avoid the hair being so thin and thick, I just try to keep the same size by using smaller extensions on the parts of our hair that is thicker. Because her hair is already doing a lot to the extension. Her hair is adding a lot. Here I think we need just 3 packs because her hair is really thick. For thinner hair, we'd use more packs of extension. But yeah, her hair is doing a great job. So just don't forget that. Don't add thicker extensions. Always make sure to add thinner amounts of extensions. And if it's not enough, you can keep adding, but just don't add very chunky extensions. Your braids need to be at least the same size. You understand? Nobody's perfect, but try to keep the same size of braid. I always say I need to make a tutorial, a video on different sizes of braids, but I'm a big time procrastinator, so I've not done that. So this is the second row for the braid. The first at the front. So I'm gonna make like 3 rows at the front altogether. This is the first row, and normally the back should be 1 row and then the front 3 rows. But because of the thinness of our first line of hair at the back, I just made the back 2 rows, see, to help the hair last longer. After sectioning the line along the row, I always make sure to share the hair in 2. Even if you're making a middle braid, sectioning the hair in 2 like this, like just making the hair 2 mirror each other, helps you a lot. Like, it's going to help you know how many braids should be on each side. And if you want to make a middle braid now, you could like just part small or like half from each side, or small from each side. Then you see have like the middle, you know what I mean. It must not be perfect, but yeah, if you don't do it like this, then you might, if you start from one side to the end or to the other, it might be difficult for you later on. So making the middle braid or middle parts helps you a lot. So this is one thing I've learned, and this is a trick that I would really suggest for you guys, you know. So yes, so on each side are going to be like 3 braids because it's like jumbo, you know. 3 braids on each side. Then the next row is going to have a middle braid. Then the last row is going to have no middle braid. Yeah, so I'll just go ahead and braid that. This is also a short tutorial on how to make knotless braid. You see the amount of extension of braiding gel I use, really thin. See, just a little that would help me like put all the flying hair together. You understand? And please, when combing your client's hair, make sure you use the bigger comb before using a smaller comb, so it would hot. Making jumbo braid is one of the most difficult things ever. Like, people will be like, oh my god, it's just bigger braid, jumbo braids, it's not going to take so much time. Who told you? Sis, please. Jumbo braids it doesn't take time, yes, I mean take lesser time, but the strength, like the work is really too much, because you have to really hold the braids together, else you have a really slacky braid, you know. You have really slacky braids, and that's not what you want. You have to make sure you are holding the hair really tight, like your muscles, your finger muscles are really working now. If you're making really thinner braids, just anyhow you hold them, I mean, they're still going to be tight anyways, except you're really very poor at braiding. But jumbo braids, you need extra technique to be able to make jumbo braids. And if it's thicker, then the more thicker it is, then the more work it requires. So don't let anybody deceive you that making jumbo braid is easier. No, it's not easier. And then parting the lines should show is another kind of job, you know. So just do that. I added my curly hair and I went ahead to braid it to the end. Here I'm going to give you guys another trick. So you see, some people braid hair and the ends will be thin, the up will be thick and the ends will be thin, mostly when the client has a really thick hair. You see here, I'm almost getting to the end of her natural hair, so I have to add a little bit thicker extension. You see, just add a little bit thicker extension there, then I braid it. I'm trying to tuck her natural hair in because her natural hair is about, I think, 1B and she's using black, and I think 2, I don't know, yeah, the ends are lighter. I'm still going to add another extension because I'm making sure to keep the same size, not that the up is thick and the down is really thin. Of course, the down must be thinner than the top, than the start, but the thinness, like the transition, should not be so strong. It should be like slightly transited. You know what I mean, right? So I just add that, and then I put on braid, and at the end you're going to see how it looks. It's going to make a big difference. Many people just braid down, even though the hair is already longer than I expect. You could go ahead to just like share your extension in 2 to make it not so long, but don't just be like, oh, it's long enough, so I'm just going to braid it down. That doesn't work. You're going to have a weird look, and then you're going to have fat, thin, nice. So yeah, you see that later on. Now we are done. See how it looks. You see, You see the transition, you see, because it's a thick braid, so everything should look thick, not that the ends are looking thin and then the up and the top is looking like really thick. That's how it should look, guys. I hope this helps. Please don't forget to like this video. Just kill this video likes. Just like the video and share, because what you need to see all these one hacks I'm throwing in here. Okay, and this is the last braid. Just watch and then we'll see the final look. We'll finish braiding. This is how it looks. Oh my god, the hair is giving. You see, I'll go ahead now to make my coils at the bottom. I'm going to skip that. I'll post a video on how I make my coils later, please. So I already made the coils. I'm just putting hot water. I want to pour the water in the bucket and then try to use a cup to bring it from down to top, so that if the water is too hot, it's not also good for your braids. It's going to make the braid so thin. That's why many people just put braids at the bottom, the coils, and they don't put braid. They don't put hot water again at the top, because of the the hot water makes it very thin. But me, I just make sure before I get to the top, the water might have gotten to some extent of coldness. You know what I mean, right? Like not so hot, like coming out from the kettle directly. That's what I do, and I just like massage my client's head and other part of the braid. And she used the synthetic instead. Synthetic curly hair. Oh, pardon me. She used the synthetic curly hair. That's why I kind of like separated the curly hair from the braid before putting it in hot water. If you use human hair, if you're using human hair, you could just put it in hot water like that if you want. But still, I separate my human hair to give this first the fuller look. But when you put the coils in water, they always tend to become thinner and we want to get this look. But this is synthetic coil, so this shouldn't go into hot water. I did her edges, and then I finished it. Like, this is the cords. Oh my god, these are the cords. Look at, see, this is a new pattern of cords that I just like bumped into. I found it out myself, but yeah, this side legs, guys, and then we're gonna see the final product. Yeah, I will use styling moves to put the coins together, like make them smoother, but they're looking a little bit rough, but it's good anyways. I hope you like this video. I hope this video was helpful or is helpful to you, and I hope you've learned small hacks, like at least something that you didn't know before. And please, if you have, don't forget to like the video, share, send my link to your friends. I see you guys are doing a lot. Send my link to your friends, and make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe and show love. Okay, I love you all, and this is the final product. I hope it was really worth it. My clients really loved it. She drove really far to come get this braid down, and she really loved the final look. If you stay to the end, thank you very much. Thank you all. I love you all, and have a magnificent day. Bye bye.